It's rolling.
Are you coming tomorrow?
No. He's just breathing heavy.
All right.
And that's the second joke of the day.
I think it might be the third. Thank God.
And I'm spent. Anyway.
Time will come and time will go. The years will pass us by. When I think about it, it always makes me smile. You might think the decade you grew up in was the greatest. There was nothing better than growing up as a kid in the 80s.
Welcome back, 80s Allies. It's Larry, it's Jim, it's Larry. We're here on a wonderful show back at the main base where we take care of a lot of business. We've got a big show coming up for you today. Jim, tell them what you're going to see.
Well, we're going to be checking out Toys for the Ages today.
What you're going to see, not what we're going to see. We already saw it.
We did. We were already there. We're going to check out Toys for the Ages today. We're going to talk about the Toy Hall of Fame that we missed last year, and we screwed up.
Well, I was busy doing some stuff.
Anyway, we're going to get that.
College
get to that.
does take some time. You
didn't
just
say
don't
that it
show up
didn't.
and go, look, I'm pretty. And they go, oh, you're very right. You are gorgeous. Here, gorgeous man, have a certificate.
Yeah, they definitely didn't do that with you. But that's beside the point. Listen, we
That
have...
was rude.
What? No. Mm-hmm. It's also rude to pretend that you're not LarMan. But that's
I'm
another
not
story.
LarMan!
another
There's an
story
entire
altogether.
episode showing you that I am not LarMan. Everybody out there knows that I'm not LarMan. I mean, everybody knows that Adrian created LarMan.
Wait, what?
Yeah?
How did Adrian create LarMan?
Shouldn't have touched Larry's exposed tuna. If Adrian had not touched what was not his, there would be no LarMan. But seeing as Adrian did touch something that wasn't his, we have LarMan.
You know, here's what else we've had. We've had occasion to lose some real icons lately.
We did, and we will get to that later in the show. We will
That's
definitely
another
be
thing we're
going
going to
over
cover
that.
today. Yeah, so we've got all kinds of things to do today, but let's start with something happy and something wonderful. Just a couple weeks ago, you and I were at Toys for the Ages Expo right here in Carlisle, right around the corner, and as always, it is a great show, and we had a great time. We did spend some reasonable time this year with the B.O.D.
Yes, we did. Boy, oh boy. I think Larry made a friend. And it's causing Jim to question his sanity and lifestyle skills.
That's certainly my life choices, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why you choose to hang out with people like this, I don't know.
Neither do I. But nevertheless, perhaps you can find out by checking this out.
Man, inflation, right?
Yeah. Huh. It's a pretty good investment.
It's got hair that traps.
Yep, me. I'm not even going to say anything.
Look at this. Just the time that it took to put these things together. We've got Masters of the Universe. We've got Rainbow Bright. We've got Deadpool. We've got Chucky. We've got the Ninja Turtles. We've got the Ninja Turtle duck things. We've got what looks like Hello Kitty dressed up as a Care Bear.
Yes. I'm not sure what this is. That
That
my
looks like
favorite monster?
That's my
maybe?
favorite
yeah,
monster.
okay.
I'm unfamiliar with that character. I think that might be Caroline.
Yeah, I think so. Coraline, I believe is how it is.
Coraline,
yeah.
Caroline.
Then we got He-Man and She-Ra. Yeah, it's looking pretty cool here.
This is looking pretty good.
Yeah,
Why don't we go
absolutely.
say hi to
Let's say hi. Hello.
Hello.
How are you? How long you been doing all this kind of stuff
2
here?
years.
2 years.
All right, first introduce yourself instead
name-
of who are you?
Well, you said who she was.
My name's Becca.
Okay. Wow, this is really cool. We have
Awesome,
some
thank you.
we have scrunchies here.
And you've only been doing this for 2 years.
Yes, sir.
Wow. So what inspired you to start crocheting a bunch of 80s items?
I like collecting 80s. I collect Rainbow Brights.
Oh.
And we've just been doing toy shows. And I decided, let me see if I could do it.
Right
So I
And you
started,
did.
And I did.
You did.
Look at this over here, Larry. We have some.
Pokemon notebooks.
Pokemon
Yeah.
notebooks.
That's right. You can
So-
keep track of all your cards there.
So are you a, do you have a static location or are you primarily just doing the
Toy shows.
convention thing?
Toy
There you
shows
go.
at the moment.
Okay.
So if you go to a toy show,
Yep, I'll be at RetroCon next year.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
that's what we're looking for right there.
All right.
Yeah, RetroCon.
We will see you at RetroCon.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Yes, please get a hold of Becca for all your crocheting needs.
Exactly.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God! You're breaking the place
I am
apart
not
already.
breaking the place apart. Did you ever see that?
No, I have not. We see it now.
Yeah, there it is. I mean, I guess they needed to get away and go move around. Hey, and there's a...
Oh, there's a whole line of them.
Yeah, there is. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got. Drift Tech, Redbox, Battle Spec. Yeah, they just went ahead and did a whole series, didn't they?
There you go.
Yeah. So, if you're a Ghostbusters and a Hot Wheel fan, I guess,
You're good to go.
yeah, they supplemented the market for you.
Yeah. Hey, look at that. McDonald's toys that transform.
Oh,
They're still better than a GoBot.
you mean better than a Rock Lord?
Well, everything's better than a Rock
All
Lord.
right, because
Even Hogan's better than a Rock Lord. Apparently from Retro Worlds. Oh, look at this.
Yes. And you can actually see the feel of quality.
Command Center. See this, Larry? You got everything for your 3 3/4 warring needs.
Hi, how you guys doing? I'm Rich Reinhardt, founder and CEO of Retro Worlds, the toy line. The company is called Reconnect. We have designed for you modular play sets that you wish you had back in the day in the 80s.
all of this is true.
Very true. We used to build them on a cardboard boxes.
Yes,
So
that's just the
nothing
exact-
near
right.
this
Each and
beautiful.
every one of these pieces I'd probably build out of a cardboard box or an egg carton at one point.
Look
in
at the
my
beautiful detail on this. The floor,
Now,
everything is
life. You were
detailed.
showing the fine woman a demonstration. Could you recreate the demonstration for us right now?
Sure can. So we grew up with hinges and hooks that would break or snap. We are doing something much differently here with our called MagConnect system. Our signature system can break down
Oh.
and recreate and reconstruct in a matter of a second using magnets. It can all come apart. It can have the feeling of an action feature where things can move around or blowing up if you want. Everything's durable. Everything has got that quality industrial print. We have all of our stuff that's done right here in the States. Our stuff is created right in Peachtree, Georgia. Great thing about our stuff is being modular. Everything can come apart and be assembled or reassembled in the same box it comes in. Or, if you like, you can start to build the worlds as you see it. The great thing about our stuff is that as you collect them all, your world building experience becomes bigger and expands further out.
Wow. And if somebody wants to buy this, where do they go?
They go to our website called reconnect.com. We're also on Instagram, so it's Reconnect with a K. You can find us there. We ship out all of our stuff here in the States domestically. Look forward to hoping we get some new customers.
Outstanding. Thank you.
Folks, if you go to a toy show, please hand out bags so you don't have to deal with this nonsense that I'm dealing with right now. I mean, granted, I love the Addams Family, but it would be nice to have some freedom in hands. That way it doesn't look like I'm shoplifting from all the other booths.
Right, there is that. I have the same anxiety. Don't feel bad.
Okay, so it's not just me?
No, I have the same anxiety.
All right. But anyway, the reason why I wanted to stop you all is because this beautiful piece was made in 1975. And look at the wonderful condition this is in. It's a Fisher-Price Lolly Dolly. Now, the only reason why I'm familiar with this is my little sisters have one or two. And I must have been...
You must have stole it and cuddled with it?
No, it's the same age that it was when I started getting into He-Man or Voltron. You know, coming of age. You know, starting to realize and have a memory and understand what worked. But this is just an amazing piece. All right? And cuddling with it, you're one to talk.
No, I would admit it.
Oh, okay.
I would admit it. You're just lying.
Well, no. I've already showed you the pieces that I cuddled with. They're sitting in my sitting on my shelf at home.
A gun does not count.
I'm talking about my Muttley, or for some of you, Lamut, or however you pronounced it back in the day, or Alf, or
Lord.
by Barkley, or something along those lines. I was trying to honor my sisters, and you turned it into something else. I'm done here.
Wait, what? Booths I've ever seen at a toy show, and these folks, it's their very, very first toy show. Check this out, completely Care Bear specific, Angel Bear customs. Look at this. And for those of you who are actual dealers or what have you, let me just tell you that this, you were telling me,
it's actually a power station.
It's a power station, yes.
It powers up the entire booth. If the light goes out, I'll have lighting and everything. It powers everything.
Now, are you two the geniuses behind this construction and everything?
Yep.
You did it? This is impressive. Come on in, allies. Let me show you around here. Check this out. First of all, you have all these beautiful display options so that if you have your Care Bear collection, you can go ahead and have them on their own, each individual clouds. As you can see, look at this beautiful Christmas display there that's in the camera now. You've got a moon up there. You've got, Grumpy Bear has his own specific sad little rainy cloud here, which is fantastic. We got a mailbox over here.
Actually, isn't that modeled off of your first apartment?
Don't start with me.
Okay.
Anyway, over here we have Professor Coldheart up here. And one of the things that's really nice about this is they also have custom figurines. So you've got some of the bad guys that never actually made it in a toy form here that you have, which is fantastic. And those are for sale down here, as you can see. We've got some down in this general area. And here, as you can see, here is No Heart, this hand-painted figure. It's fantastic. Very reasonably priced for a custom figure at $30. And we've got, and all of these shelves, of course, are for sale that you can use to display your toys. And check this out over here, allies. This is one, probably some of the most sought after toys here. Check that out. There it is. This is the Care Bear's cousin Pig. Now, this was never produced in real life, so he is custom made. They have custom made these figures so that you can complete your set. And they also have the other cousins that were never made, such as the monkey and the dog and the cat. They even have the horse up there. So, ultimately, you can complete your collection. I love these, the little horror-inspired Care Bears. Just fantastic. This is a really, really great display. These folks are doing God's work over here if you're a Care Bear collector.
And something from their own creation.
Absolutely.
A rail bracket system, so if you do have a plushie, you can now display it in proper form.
Yeah, which is actually how they're displaying it on the wall behind us here. That's how all of these are hanging here. They're connected to those that you saw, those brackets. So you can create your own plushie wall at home very, very easily with what they've produced. Look here, sir.
You know, didn't we already discuss the fact that you wore out your original joystick?
I did. As a matter of fact, we discussed it when we were here last year.
Yeah. Well,
Totally wore it out.
same thing still.
Wore it right out.
Yeah.
That's right.
Just destroyed.
Yep. Yeah. Maybe I'd have been better off if I'd had it in television. Yeah, I do owe you money, but I told you I'd pay you here. Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you were supposed to bring the books so that I could pay
And
you and
something
collect them and not
else.
pay them for
You
the
have an
shipping.
unpaid bill, sir.
No, I don't.
With the B.O.D.
Oh, hang on.
Wait a second. What are you
Hang on.
You have an
Hang on.
unpaid bill.
I do not.
You do not.
No, I have the $60.
All right, gentlemen. We're
Yes, sir.
airing our grievances out in the middle of any. Why don't we go over there?
Fine, well, I'll step into your orifice.
You can come to our office.
Yes.
Step to my office, sir.
What office?
That's what I know. The bathroom doesn't count as an office. Tell them.
Well, there's that.
That's why it smells in the corner.
No, I mean,
All right. I have 3 Star Wars books.
right. This $60.
No. Correction. And the most famous wrestler of them all.
I paid you for that.
You did.
I did pay you
Well,
for that.
hang on.
Son of a. He's right. I owed him the post.
You owed me the poster. It's not me that owes you, sir. It's you that owes me. That's the way it is. See, you owed me
I owed you
an
this.
Iron Sheik poster, and all of this. When that yellow.
Everybody's on sale, 50% off right now.
Because of my mess up,
Okay.
because of my up, the B.O.D.
Okay.
We may not look like honest people, and I get it. Would you buy a car from me? Probably not.
No, but I'd buy substances from you.
That's the kind of person
That's
I look
the
like.
yeah, that's
you want
true.
some weed? You can step into my other office. hey, excuse me, sir. You don't work at this booth.
I'm coming for
Watch your mouth.
No, oh, you're gonna
In the way the B.O.D. likes to
roll.
send off apologies. All right?
Okay.
All right, I'm going to give you this.
The Iron Sheik.
The Iron Sheik you gave you with cancer.
Okay. All right.
All right,
That's
because
you know what?
we're not myself. I don't want to throw Sheiky away.
You can't throw Sheiky away.
So,
Even in this condition, he's still better than
even
Hogan.
in that condition.
Way better than Hogan.
I mean, he's bad. He's beat up.
But he's still better than Hogan.
But he's still better than Hogan.
You know what else he's better than?
And you probably have a better sheet.
He's better than Power Rangers.
Oh, yes.
He's definitely better than Rock Lords. But
Absolutely.
I don't know if you transform into a rock. What the hell are you
Yeah.
doing with your life?
You might as well be a transformer.
That's what I'm saying.
There you
This is the way to go.
Well,
I
no,
appreciate
we
it.
There you go.
we are thoroughly convinced that the Power Rangers are just generic Voltron. Now, what are we looking at there, Jim?
So these are.
Why in the hell are you buying books?
So what we've got here is these are actually based on the Topps cards. Of course, we have all three with Star Wars, Empire, and Jedi.
Oh, wow, look at
And in
that.
the books, it's basically all of the cards, front and back, that would have been released as part of this series, which
Oh,
is very,
that's
very
neat.
nice. And then, a little secret in the back here is they have extra cards that were issued specifically for these books.
Cool.
Yeah, so
So it's more of a picture book.
yes, absolutely. Yeah, so,
Right
even,
up your
so,
alley.
so even you could read it,
Yes.
Chris. Yeah,
This is true.
And
This is true.
and what's great
That's
about
my level.
Yes, and what's great about these is they came from the B.O.D. I got them at $20 a piece, which is absolutely below market value. So if you're in the market for toys or other things,
Always have to come, and if you're on Facebook,
yes, there it is, the B.O.D.
Whoa.
and
Toys for Suckers.
the B.O.D. Toys for Suckers.
So, Jim, while you're back there, why don't you just close us out for the evening? Because I believe, I don't know where we're supposed to go from here.
I don't think there's anywhere to go from here. We've been accosted by the B.O.D. We have been all over this building. We've introduced you to some new folks. It's been a great time, allies. See you back at the studio. You know, I would just like to point out that, Chris D there, trying to indicate that I had not paid the B.O.D. and found out that, he was wrong, which is why we now have another Sheiky baby to add to the collection there, which, by the way, I got the body cancer off of it.
Did you?
I did. I cleaned it up real nice, and it looks
Okay.
great, and it's doing what it needs to do.
Well, still, it was a reasonable thing for him to do, to admit that he was wrong, because most people don't do that.
That's very true. He did a wonderful job in that respect. And speaking of wonderful jobs, we also ran into some fantastic people at that show. Firstly, we ran into the folks that were doing Angel Bear Customs.
Absolutely.
If you folks have been watching the channel, you know that last week I went ahead and reviewed these items. But here they are. This is your first time really seeing them close up or whatever. Right?
Yeah, it is.
There's Treat Heart Pig. If you want to check that. I found out.
Wow.
Yeah. And here's an update.
That feels like it's ceramic.
It's solid. It's a very solid resin. It's really, really heavy. As is Noble Heart Horse.
Noble Horse?
Noble Heart Horse.
Noble
yes.
Heart Horse.
Yes. And then we have No Heart over here. This is one of the enemy
if you
characters.
say that really fast, you screw up really badly, right?
You know what? Thanks to Chris D and the B.O.D., we've had enough bleeping.
Oh.
We've had it.
Because this it even has a tail where you know where to. Never mind. We're just gonna put that back right there. It's a noble horse.
I'm just gonna put. We're gonna completely just. Yeah.
Oh,
but
why? What were you gonna?
I have no idea where you were gonna go after that with the tail and whatnot. So I
no.
better.
What do we got over here?
Well, this is No Heart. This is one of the enemy characters.
No Heart.
Yeah, and I think
I can understand why he's No Heart now.
Yeah, he looks fantastic.
Yeah, he does. He looks unbelievably. But yeah, I don't know. Staring at this guy, he wouldn't make me hard at all either.
No Heart.
Oh, Heart. Oh, my mistake.
Y'all trying to get us demonetized. I don't understand.
Wait, we make money off of this?
No, not directly. That's for sure.
But if you do want us to make money off of this and quit our day job.
What is that? Why does that keep happening?
That's weird. We need to look into that. Are you sure it's not something with the venting in the...
Well, there would have to be the venting in the other building, too. I don't know what's going on.
Maybe we should just change positions and... Maybe if I sit in there and you sit over
No.
here.
This is my seat. I don't move.
Or switch to the garage that we've got all set up now. Maybe.
Well, I mean,
Hey, I'm waiting on you, man.
I'm ready.
Let's do this. But anyway,
absolutely.
If you want to see all this nonsense and continual brouhaha, there's 3 things you need to do, Jim.
Yes, you can like.
Yes,
you can share.
Please do.
And you can subscribe.
Cost you nothing.
Absolutely, cost you nothing to be friendly and happy and nice and every kind and all that stuff. So
yes.
Please help us out. One of the other things I should mention before we move on from this is that wonderful custom playset stuff that we saw.
Yes.
That guy was just tremendous as well.
Oh, the custom playset stuff?
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Because
you have something you wanted to show here.
I did have something that I wanted to show here because, as you all know, we were kids at one point.
We were.
Believe it or not. So we were subject to what cool cardboard we could find.
Yeah.
And it was based off the cool cardboard we could find that we would be able to build the wonderful thing that guy has.
Yes.
Well, I just bought a ceiling fan. And if this carton came in the ceiling fan...
Yeah.
We'll just have to put it. Then I would be remarkably chastened to snatch this up and use it for an action figure.
Yeah, I have to say, when you brought that in today, the first thing I thought of was I really want to do this and build something out of this, because it's really, really cool.
Because it looks like if you space it out and actually chop this up, like if you cut this section out and that section out and that section out, you could make Hoth.
Oh, absolutely.
You could easily make
because where was the part of that? Is that here? Yeah, this part that kind of looks like the shield generator or whatever the heck it is.
And if you take this and extend it over here, you could have like all of Hoth, and you put some,
base parts and everything, and absolutely, it's a really cool thing, and this is like this in the inside, it looks really cool too. These look like monitor. Like I'll tip this up for the camera. I think these almost look like computer monitors that you could, modify them into, like stations.
Yeah, monitor bay. You could have a gun turret right here. You walk up and in the sleeping area. So, you could have a lot of fun with this.
Yeah, are you gonna build on that for a future episode or something?
No, do you want it?
I mean, I think we should probably do something with it since we have it here.
We should probably
demonstrate what we have.
Demonstrate like our creativity. So
yeah,
I guess we aren't going to throw this out. We're going to
hold on to it
right
over there.
It over there. But the fact that those guys came up with that play set. That is universal across the board.
The thing I loved was the magnets holding it together so that you could do like effects like, blowing up something or whatever. And, he made a very good point, especially with older things now, the older toys we collect. A lot of the clips and such that they would have used to hold them together, they get brittle, they get old. In this case, those magnets, they're never going to wear out. You're not going to worry about pieces breaking off or whatever. They're very heavy duty. Although it is 3D printed, it's very heavy duty industrial grade printing. It's very sturdy and everything. So I encourage you to check them out. Of course, we did have the web address there in the segment. So by all means, check them out. Check the crochet by Becca out. Check all that stuff out.
In fact, their card for putting those bases together
was impressive.
It was very impressive. It looked like one of those wall hangers
and I want to point out that what he's talking about, that didn't make the even the finished segment, for those of you keeping score, was almost 17 minutes long. So certain things hit the cutting room floor. But they had a really, really big. They didn't have just a normal business card. It was really, really sturdy and robust.
I was so impressed with that setup. I started looking into 3D printers myself. To try to emulate what they're doing, because I just see the promise for like minis. You could definitely do kind of an entire Dungeons and Dragons type thing with it. For G.I. Joe, you now have the ability to create the Temple of Doom or whatever
playset you could.
For Transformers, it was even scaled to Transformers, because I was looking at the size of the. You could make Cybertron with that thing.
Well, I even pointed out to you. It's not on camera per se, as far as me saying it goes, but there was a one of the items there looked like this sort of half of a
dome,
ball thing or whatever. It reminded me of Vector Sigma, which is from Transformers. It's the computer that gives them all life or whatever in the original cartoon. If you painted that yellow, that's really what it looked like. I mean, it really, really did. So, there's a lot that you could do with that stuff. I thought that was really cool. And mysterious by their absence, I realized we were filming so much. And for those of you that don't know that watch this, we also do Eternity of Dreams channel. So, I mean, at this point in time during the season, I'm producing 3 videos a week. Certain things get missed. We didn't interview Uncle Bob while we were there.
It's funny that you should mention that.
We missed this.
Yeah, I ran into Uncle Bob and Aunt Shelley and had a wonderful conversation with them. They let me know where they were. Of course, they were going to be busy, because Aunt Shelley's got to watch the store. Uncle Bob's going to be out in public. And they made a comment about my hair.
Yes.
And I'm bringing this up because this is something that some people have noticed. Yes, my hair varies in each and every episode. Probably because of time. And what it takes to put together. But there's a reason why I am growing my hair out.
And you probably should tell people.
See, one thing that I realize is my barber, whoever they happen to be, that blessed human being, has told me that I have magnificently thick hair.
You do.
Like, just I mean, look at this. I mean,
you have a lot.
There's a lot up there. So I thought to myself, well, if I have a bunch of hair and my head's big, and there's children out there and their heads are small, maybe I can grow my hair out long enough where it can be made into wigs for sick children. So that's what we're going to be doing. Eventually, somewhere down this time, some of you toy guys out there and some of our friends will receive an invitation to come see the delocking of Larry.
So in other words, I'm going to kill a hippie, is what you're telling me.
You are hippie? Do I look like a hippie to you?
Yeah, the 2 combat tours would suggest that you're not.
But yeah, I mean, we're going to have big fun of that. It's going to be a very well. We haven't even started working on that show.
No, we've got so much going on.
But we're hoping to turn that into a charity auction. Any toy vendor out there who is seeing this, if you'd like to take part, please get a hold of us. I mean, you're going to see us somewhere in the street anyway. Just let us know. And for those of you out there who already know who we're talking to, we're hoping to hear from you. Please. All right,
Absolutely.
That's about it.
Now, and I think before we move on, one of the things that we did at Toys for the Ages is we started a new little segment with our good buddy, the Masked Mullet.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
we did.
And we ran into our friend, Buddha, who, of course, is known for the Thundercats toy guide, the Hall of Omens.
And we both own a first copy of.
We do. And
Did I not tell you that I bought the last first printing?
Yes.
I own the last first printing,
and I have the first printing. So here we go. So we've got
you got the first printing, and I've got the last first printing.
Yeah. So
how about that?
So
let's who you know.
Absolutely.
Yes, I'm still talking over you,
bastard. So anyway, let's go ahead and check out the Mullet Minute.
Wherever you want to put it, they actually work really good.
Wherever he wants to put it?
Well, we don't discuss that.
I don't think I'd give Buddha that many options.
Hi, folks. We're here with Mullet Minute. We're going to do some toy collecting here, and I'm with my good buddy Sean, a.k.a. Buddha.
That's right.
You want to do the Mullet Minute?
I'm down. Let's do this. I've heard stories. I don't know if I'm prepared.
You've heard stories?
Well, Diamond Dex has let me know a few things. It's just kind of warning me as to what to expect here.
All right. Well, here we go.
Yeah.
How long have you been collecting toys?
Over 20, 25 years.
Favorite toy you've ever collected?
Toy line would be Thundercats. The actual toy itself would probably be right behind us, the Thundercats Big Wheel with a pedal power cycle.
All right. What flavor do you think gummy juice is?
Gummy juice, I'd say it's like a sweet fruit / grape, like fruit punch type of flavor.
All right. Most expensive toy you've ever collected?
Most expensive. Again, it would be a Thundercats toy, the Thundercats Tongosaurus.
All right. Favorite cartoon growing up?
Thundercats.
Car from any TV show or movie that you could have?
Well, again, obviously I'm going to go down the Thundercat route, but the Thunder Tank has got to be the greatest vehicle.
All right.
Does that count?
That counts.
Okay.
Holy grail of toys that you can collect.
The Holy Grail. Man, well, again, I got to go down the Thundercats route. I will say I've luckily been able to catch a couple of the Holy Grails. The one that I have currently, I'm out of time.
You're fine.
Okay. It is, what I currently have, they are the photo samples of the Thundercats mini line.
All right.
That was one thing I never thought I'd own. It was always the thing I was always like, one day I've got to own that, thinking it was never going to be existing, and it exists.
All right.
So I went over my time limit, my bad.
You're fine. No, promote yourself right now. Go for it.
Okay, yes. Again, I am Sean Buddha McKeone. I'm the author and the project lead of the Hall of Omens, the unofficial ultimate guide to Thundercats toys and beyond. It's a book it's a comprehensive guidebook through everything Thundercats. You can pick it up at thundercatstoyguide.com or on any of the social medias at Thundercats Toy Guide or on X at Thundercat Toys.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And there you have it.
Well, some news from Buddha there.
Yeah, that Mullet Minute was so good, it was almost like it was 90 seconds.
Yeah, well, it was a little longer when you got all the stuff onto it. But I will say one of the things we should point out is that although, by all means, check out the website, but Buddha did put up a post from the time that we recorded that until now that the printing is sold out.
Sold out completely.
It is sold out. So if you have one, fantastic. If you don't, there are still some floating around. Alan at Attorney of Dreams has some that are available at the store. I think Big Bad Toy Store still has some. But for the most
Sparingly,
part,
yeah.
but for the most part, they are gone. And there is rumor, an innuendo, if you will, that there might be something new in development to take its place.
Yes.
We'll just leave it at that.
You know what just dawned on me? You
What's
know
that?
that action hero set? You know, what if somebody built a ghost house for, the Ghostbusters and put ghosts in it, a nice life-size model, or you can...
You're still stuck on this 3D printing thing.
Love this thing. It's amazing. However, if you want to support me in my design for play sets, I will happily sell you my copy for $100,000. You don't think Buddha's book's worth $100,000?
Now, see, now you're putting me in a horrible place where if I say no, Buddha thinks I'm a rotten human being. But if I say yes, then I look like an idiot to the allies that think there's no book in the world worth $100,000, and unless it's like some kind of bizarre antique thing or whatever.
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me, because that's right. I had Buddha sign mine, which means it's $200,000. So for $200,000, you can help my dream and have your own copy of a printed book that's not in print anymore.
To save us here, let's just change the subject completely. Let's get serious for a minute here. Since our last episode,
we are going to get serious for a minute.
We have lost two incredible legends in pop culture. The first is a guy that we routinely lampoon here on the show in Hulk Hogan. Terry Bollea, despite what we usually do and say here on the show.
We're going to start with him first?
Yeah. Despite what we normally say here on the show, the reality is that both of us recognize as being in the wrestling business, as does the Masked Mullet, as does Blue Flamer, as does Adrian, that without Hulk Hogan, none of us would have ever been in the wrestling business. He was an enormous inspiration and a huge contributing factor to where wrestling
He was a
today.
Figurehead.
Yeah.
Let's just call him what he was. He was a figurehead. If you watched wrestling in the 1980s, you had two choices. What was ever going on in the NWA or the version of a real-life superhero. And that's what Hogan emulated. He was a real-life superhero.
Yeah.
I think that's also led to a bunch of the disappointment that people had in Hogan, because he was viewed as like, say your prayers, eat your vitamins, train, believe in yourself.
Yeah, that's kind of the rough part about pro wrestling, is that because of the way the industry was created, built, and the way that it survives even till today.
You are that character.
Yeah, people forget that Hulk Hogan and Terry Bollea were two different people. Right. Terry was the person. Hulk was the character. Mm-hmm. And so what happened in Terry's life, especially after he was pretty much out of the ring, some things happened.
Yeah.
And that gave people a very negative opinion of Terry. But the reality is it didn't change who Hulk Hogan was, the character, and what he meant to millions of children in our age group especially.
And that's why it was so disappointing when you found out the we're not
going to go down that.
Repeat it, but he said some things that he really definitely shouldn't have said.
Absolutely.
He apologized to people, whether you want to take it or not, but we're not ones to judge. I wasn't in the room when that happened.
No. So
I can tell there are some sources where he actually pulled aside and personally apologized to them, and they said that they were disappointed in what he said. It was also the untruths that he really didn't need to tell.
No, I think Jim Cornette goes into that. The real life story of Hogan, of the character, and of Terry and what he achieved as that character.
Doesn't need any stories tied to it.
Were so huge on their own. You didn't need to add any fantasy to embellish. That's really the way to put it. You didn't need to do that. He was larger than life just the way that he was. But nevertheless, the loss of Hulk Hogan is enormous, and so we send our thoughts, prayers, and such out to his family, his friends, his fans everywhere. And just know that despite the fact that we routinely pick on Hulk Hogan here on the show because it's part of our shtick,
yes,
we are deeply affected by this and are really sorry to hear of his passing. I think we should close out this part on Hogan You know, Hogan always loses here on the show.
Well,
but I think,
and there's a reason. There's a reason behind this, because even though we do clown on Hogan, Hogan drew the gate.
Yes,
and I think that's something that Eric Bischoff said that we all can agree on. Is if not for Hulk Hogan, wrestling would not draw.
True, and I also think that in that case, when we know that even, and I think I even said it in the Toys for the Ages segment, you know, there are certain things that are even worse than Hulk Hogan. Such as a Rock Lord.
Oh my God! There's nothing worse than a Rock Lord. Where did you find that?
I don't know. These
oh my
are just,
God!
I don't understand. You know, these are part of the GoBot lore. You understand that, right?
Yeah, but if you really want to go down that path, so are RoboForce.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
they're
remember
not
we saw the RoboForce movie and wrapped in with the GoBots movie. Don't you remember?
I did, but that's not how it was in the day.
But anyway, as far as uselessness, look at this.
Yeah,
look at. If you ever wanted to play with poo, here's your chance.
Yeah, especially the brown one, because it really does look like a pile of poo when it's in rock form.
It does.
But
it's like
this gray one is still skirting the line there.
How much fun? Okay, if it doesn't look like poo, it looks like a charcoal broquette.
Yeah.
How much fun did you have with the charcoal broquette growing up as a kid?
Not much on its own. No. Once you made the burger, over top of it, sure.
Well, see, then it becomes an accessory. It's
right.
not the main focus. Right. This is the main focus of our study.
Right. So nevertheless, if we put the Rock Lord in his natural position, laying down, and Hogan, although not known for this in his career.
Oh no, he's going to do the flying leg drop.
Yeah,
for the first time ever, Hogan is going to drop the leg from the top rope, which is also known as the Alabama Jam, delivered by Bobby, mental breakdown, Midnight Express, Bobby Eaton. There we go.
I was going to say Eaton is the
Beautiful
one you're looking
Bobby
for.
Eaton.
Yeah. Are we ready?
We're ready.
Okay, we're ready. Here he goes.
Oh, the ultimate leg drop!
Oh, he's covering. He's covering. Get it, Larry. Cheeky baby gonna do this. Get that. Oh, Bubba.
Dump useless trash. Okay, Bubba.
Here we go.
One Bubba.
Yes.
Two.
Even on a slow count.
3 Bubbas.
Oh my God! Hogan gets a win. And look at that.
Look at that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, look at that sportsmanship.
We'll just leave him there for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, well, kind of,
sort of.
Mm-hmm. Well, hang on.
Here we go. Oh, he's gonna. Oh, isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, he's gonna.
That's right.
There we go. Best friends.
Look at that.
Looks cute.
That's fantastic.
And I have the.
We don't need that Zord here. The Power Ranger nonsense.
Oh no, he's just gonna. He's gonna be in the tree of woe. How's that?
Okay, that'll work.
Put him in the
that'll
tree
work.
of woe.
Speaking of woe,
well,
we have further woes.
We do, but we also need to let the audience know that that was Hasbro Hogan's last match.
Yeah,
we have officially retired Hasbro Hogan.
Yeah.
We kind of have to.
Yeah. There's no reason to keep it going. We're still going to pick on Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah, we're still going to bust on Hogan. He's still going to be part of our show.
But we got to retire Hasbro Hogan. But the speaking of woe though, we've also had another loss, and this one, as much as Hogan affected us, I think affected our entire team on a much more profound level, and a lot of other people. And that's the death of Ozzy Osborne.
Yeah, when Ozzy passed, that was a shot.
Yeah, it is. I think for a lot of us,
a shot in the dark, if you will.
Yeah, one step. Well, never mind. Yeah. But I think for a lot of us, the death of Ozzy took us through some of the darker points in our lives.
Very much so.
And a lot of us have been through that, especially those of us doing this show. And Ozzy was the first person I saw live in concert.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Chris D, Buddha, and I had a very interesting conversation about Ozzy, where we all mutually agreed that the concert Back to the Beginning was like a living funeral. Like if you got to attend your own funeral,
that was it.
That was it. I mean, there's no going back from that. Now, granted, there's some people I wish who was at Back to the Beginning, like Motorhead, because Lemmy and Ozzy were best of friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it was heartbreaking to me because a lot of my friends, granted, I'm more of a Black Sabbath fan than an Ozzy fan, but a lot of my friends growing up in high school were really attached to Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
I had the unfortunate, I have a friend of mine, Matt, who lives in Taiwan. Hey, buddy. Hopefully you see this. I had the unfortunate news because he lives 24 hours or 12 hours ahead of us. So when the news broke that Ozzy died, he was asleep. So I had the unfortunate, though fortunate path to be the one who told him, because I'd rather him hear it from me than on the newspaper, because he loved Ozzy.
I have to be honest, when I first saw the post come up, because I heard it from social media like most people did, I didn't believe it. Like, I really didn't believe it. I thought it was somebody, playing a joke or whatever, clickbait or what have you. And it became very clear very quickly that it was not. And that really broke me. It really, really did. And I know it broke Christy too. And and then as you start to see the tributes pour out for him and how the funeral went and just what they're doing then with the flowers and the tributes and how they're handling all that and photographing everything and making sure that the family gets a copy of everything that was donated or everything that went, or that they're mulching all the flowers and everything else that they're going to use over his burial site and stuff. It's really, the level of tribute for him has been, and the outpouring has really been incredible. And it's a wonderful thing to see.
That show was done for Parkinson's, and they raised $190 million.
Yeah.
So, a legend. And here's the difference, because I've been pondering this. A lot of people will give Ozzy flack for doing the drugs and biting the head off this and that and the other thing, and being the Prince of Darkness. The difference between Ozzy and Hogan is Ozzy was honest about his mistakes.
Well, not only that, but I think when you start to talk about, the biting the heads off things. Yeah, he did bite the head off that bird in that interview, but then after that, on stage, it was all rubber bats.
It was supposed to be all rubber bats.
Well, it was for the most part.
Until that one guy threw a real bat on and he had to bite it, and then there was 14 days worth of rabies treatments.
Yeah, that was not a good occasion, but it was supposed to be rubber bat. And so I think a lot of things were sort of blown out of proportion in those days and such. But, ultimately... you mentioned the $190 million that went for children's hospitals and Parkinson research, and but a lot of the folks out there don't know that my mother has Parkinson's. $190 million is a lot of money.
It is,
and for that to go for people like that, thank you, Ozzy. If there's ever a time where you need a drink, it would be now.
I'm drinking right now. It's hot as hell back here. When are we going to get that air conditioner fixed?
We're working on it, but in the meantime, as we're trying to do that, I think we should get around to a little segment we like to call After Dark.
Oh, After Dark.
Do you want to try that again together?
No.
Now, if you've been paying attention, you know that I love to make alcoholic beverages inspired by the 1980s. Now, today we're about to talk about the toys that went into the Toy Hall of Fame last year, and one of them happens to be one of my favorite toy lines, Transformers. Now, I love Transformers, and if you remember the original G1 cartoon, you know that they talk about a substance called Energon, which is the power source that these robots drink in order to power themselves and stay alive. And that's the whole point of them fighting over Earth, is they're fighting over our natural resources in order to create Energon, etc. There's one particular episode, and I don't remember the name, I'll have to put it down below here, where the Decepticons, in celebration of their evil victory, drink Energon and become extremely intoxicated. So it makes sense that we would have a drink inspired by that. Now, I'm going to show you two versions of this drink. First of all, the one that I found online, and for that, you're going to need the following things. You're going to need vodka, you're going to need blue curacao, you're going to need grenadine, and I do recommend choosing a good grenadine, not the stuff that they generally have in the supermarket, And then you have a choice. You can either go with sour mix, which I have over here, and that's an option that you have, although I don't necessarily recommend it. The other option would be to use a combination of citrus juice that is freshly squeezed, or in this case, is in a small bottle that's nothing but juice, and simple syrup in equal parts, which is what we're going to do for our drink. Now, in this case, I've already mixed up the one that the internet calls for, which is an ounce and a half of the vodka, a half ounce of the blue curacao, a splash of the grenadine, and then a half ounce of the simple syrup and a half ounce of the real lime juice. And then I tasted it. And I don't even want to drink that again. It was not the best. So I've decided that we're going to do something a little bit different here. I'm going to switch out the vodka for rum, and I'm going to switch out the blue curacao and the grenadine for a little razzmatazz. And we're going to see if this ends up being any better. Now I'm going to keep the ratios the same here. So we're going to use an ounce and a half of the rum. So this is a strong drink, whether you make it with the vodka or the rum. And then, because it usually called for a half ounce of the blue curacao, but because I'm getting rid of the grenadine, I am going to put a little bit more, not quite an ounce, maybe say 3/4 of an ounce of the razzmatazz, just to make up the room of the other drink. And then from here, we're going to go with half ounce of our simple syrup. And a half ounce of our lime juice. And I went a little overboard there, so I'm splashed out. That's okay. It's just for me. No worries. Now, these two items have been refrigerated, so I decided to go without the ice, particularly because this is served up like a shooter or shot is. But you could chill it over ice, and in that case, it might give it a little bit more dilution, which might be a reasonable possibility because, as I said, in this particular form, it was a little on the strong side. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not a huge fan of vodka, so that probably had something to do with it. But you know, it is what it is. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and empty this out. And ordinarily I wouldn't pour this in here, but I want you to be able to see it. You can get an idea for what I'm talking about here. And there we go. Now, this has a look that is much more similar to the look in the show, which is almost like a purpley, pinkish sort of look. The other one all blue. I don't think either one of them look particularly like Energon, but let's see if this has any better taste. It definitely smells better. Oh, that's much better. That's much better. The original recipe that I found online, but that one's really, really good. It's a great shooter. It tastes really, really good. And I think this would be a great thing to sit down and watch yourself some Transformers and enjoy this. Or watch the rest of 80s Allies. Pause this, make yourself a drink, and enjoy it right along with us. And until next time, cheers. So what do you think? Are you going to try? I know you're not drinking anymore alcohol, but are you going to try the Energon drink at some time? You're going to?
No. It looked a little strong.
It was, but it tasted good.
I'm sure it tasted good, but if you're going to be awake for that long, you probably
there's that. But you know, speaking of Transformers. Normally every year we go over the inductees to the National Toy Hall of Fame, and last season we
forgot.
We forgot.
Just flat out forgot. We
sure
paid
did.
no mention, no mind, no attention to it. We saw it. We were like, "Hey, that looks like a great idea. We should go ahead and do that," and we did not.
No. So we're going to catch up for the 2024 National Toy Hall of Fame. Now, for those of you that don't know about the Toy Hall of Fame, the Strong National Museum of Play is located in Rochester, New York. They do have a Toy Hall of Fame, and every year they induct new members.
We need to get up there.
We do. Last year, they put 3 new members into the Hall of Fame. It was established in 1998, and it recognizes toys that have inspired creative play and enjoyed popularity over a sustained period. And last year, it started out with Transformers.
Oh, we were wondering when they were going to finally make the list, and they have.
And they finally did. Now, I do want to point out, before we get into this specifically, all 3 of the Hall of Fame entries for 2024 were from the 80s.
Oh!
All 3 of them were from the 80s, starting off with Transformers, of course.
And you should also know that in the because you bring Transformers up, and it just dawned on me why I didn't bring it up before. I found one of my major grail pieces at Toys for the Ages.
You did. That footage didn't make the final cut either, but you finally got yourself
an original Grimlock.
Yes, you finally did get a Grimlock to go along with your Voltron.
Yes,
that was the whole point, was to have one that was sort of in scale to the Voltron, and that one actually really
does match rather nicely. But anyway, let's go on with.
But for those of you that are not necessarily in the know, Hasbro initially secured the rights to toy maker Takara Diaclone from Japan, and they basically took those robots that they had been putting out and created a backstory and a mythology, and that is what became Transformers as a result of the folks at Marvel helping out with that. And that started in '84 and has continued pretty much unabated to this day in various forms and such. This next one was the one that sort of shocked me. I was not expecting this, but the card game Phase 10 went in. Now,
I don't remember ever playing that.
So this, there was a gentleman named Ken Johnson designed his first game, which was like a dice baseball, at about the age of 12. He eventually would go on and do a lot of incredible things. He worked for Ford Motor Company for a while, did a bunch of other stuff, partnered with Kmart to sell an updated version of the dice baseball. And eventually, he started work on probably what his biggest success would be, which was a card game known as Phase 10. So Phase 10 challenges players to create a set of matching cards or runs of sequential cards. The players race to be the first to complete the game's titular 10 phases, each phase requiring a unique combination of cards. Phase 1 demands 2 sets of 3 matching cards, for instance, while Phase 5 requires a run of 8 consecutive cards. Players take advantage of a special wild cards that can form part of any group and can make cunning use of the skip cards, etc. So it seems to me like it's a version, because I never played this either.
Sounds like Gin Rummy.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds very similar to Rummy.
Yeah.
But I'm familiar with the game. I knew it existed. I just never played it.
Okay, so he created a different version of Rummy.
Yeah, it was pretty much.
And it was popular.
Yeah, and it's been incredibly successful. He
downloaded more than 10 million times.
Yeah.
Okay, people are playing it.
Yeah, it says here Mattel honored Phase 10's 40th anniversary in 2022 by releasing a special edition. So, yeah, I mean, it's been offered in more than 20 languages in over 60 countries. So certainly it seems to me that this belongs there. I'm just rather shocked that neither of us have actually played it. I was assuming you were going to say, "Oh yeah, I had that as a kid," but
nope. I played the traditional way with spades and hearts and queens and clubs.
Yeah. I never had that. And the final entry in 2024 was My Little Pony.
Makes all the sense.
Absolutely. For those of you that are old enough, you'll remember that they started as My Pretty Pony. It was an 11-inch. It was about so big. And somebody decided to take that and say, what if we made them smaller? And that's where My Little Pony actually came from. And has been around for a very, very long time. First characters of the line were Cotton Candy, Butterscotch, Blossom, Bluebell, Minty, and Snuzzle.
Snuzzle, huh?
Snuzzle. That's what it says.
It's really, really interesting. The more you look at the 80s toys, on especially My Little Pony, you can tell that they were going for a collector's market at this. Like G.I. Joe, He-Man, broke the mold when it comes to, can you have all of these characters? And, yeah, a different product line, cheaply made. I mean,
well, and they really hit the market.
Hair.
Yeah, they hit the market in about '83, if I remember correctly. And at that point, they They got very, very popular. I remember I didn't have any of them, obviously, but my cousin Anita did, and I remember being over at the house with my cousins, and they would come out and we'd play with them, of course.
Yeah, my sisters had them.
Yeah,
I mean, it was just a common toy.
Well, your sister also had that little doll that you were cuddling with, or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I actually went back and bought that for my mom.
Did you do it?
Yeah, I went back, bought that, and it was still there. Took it, gave it to my mom, and now it's probably going to my niece who's on her way.
If I remember correctly, it was only about $15. It wasn't like...
Oh, yeah, it was $15. It wasn't too expensive.
Yeah,
but
it wasn't horrible.
It was in great condition.
Yeah,
I
was.
mean, it's definitely something that you can still give to a little child.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's it. I think they did... I think these were 3 entries that went in, and I think they're a really nice example of toys in the 80s, and...
Congratulations to all of them.
Yeah, congratulations to the toys that went in, and of course... thank you to the Strong National Museum of Play in New York for their continued efforts at honoring toys and honoring play and doing what they do. And of course, this year's entries are set to be announced sometime in November, and when they are, we will be sure not to forget this year and bring them to you right away.
Probably.
Hopefully.
Hey, did you think any Transformers rode My Little Ponies? Some kid whose sister had a collection of My Little Ponies had, a Starscream riding one somewhere.
That sort of made my brain hurt just thinking about it.
Yeah, isn't it curious?
I mean, it's...
Soundwave mounted up, running into battle?
That's disturbing in ways that I really don't know how to describe.
Like factual.
Mm-hmm. Mysterious by his absence here is our good buddy, the Mass Mullet here. He's usually in the peanut gallery.
Oh, yes.
there.
Yes, he had to go do something kind of important.
He did. But I think we should talk about what happened earlier before we started this nonsense today, where you showed up now in some third form now.
What are you talking about? I just got here.
No, you didn't.
I've been hanging out here. Like, I was sitting here wrestling with figures while you were in the back doing God knows what.
You know what? It's bad enough that we have to deal with your LarMan craziness. Now, apparently, we've got a drill sergeant Zimmerman or some nonsense. I have no idea what this is about.
Okay, I don't know who the hell you're talking about.
Oh,
I don't know what that guy is. And LarMan, we already went over LarMan. I am not responsible for LarMan. LarMan came out of nowhere. In fact, I heard that LarMan wasn't even here today. What are we talking about?
Folks, just check it out for yourself.
If you have to. But I don't know what's going on.
LarMan's assistant also outfit looks amazing. Being his sidekick, gonna fight crime or shoot bubble
Fight crime. What is he doing?
Don't worry about it. He's trying to practice for LarMan. Actually, we got. See that?
Man, she always looked so good too.
Yeah, it's one of them.
Ow! What the heck is that?
I don't know. There's a note.
Dear Flamer. Oh,
You're
no.
not Flamer, that's Flamer.
This is not going to go well. Yo!
Yeah.
Get over here.
There's a message for you.
Message? For me? Really? For me, cousin?
Dear Flamer, since you're trying to be my assistant, I am sending help to train you to get you ready for this. Love, LarMan. No.
Does this mean what I think it means?
No, please no. Please no.
I get to be a superhero!
Whoa! Let's get some training! Who am I training today? Yeah! Drill instructor Zimmerman right here for training! Let's get some training! You look like you need some training! Come here, you!
He's here for you.
You big bag blue bear, what the hell do you think this is? Where do you think you earned them gloves? What's with this B? What's that B stand for? Sure as hell don't stand for beautiful. You think you're beautiful, son? No, you ain't beautiful at all. In fact, you make me sick. I'm gonna start calling you maggot. You good with that? Of course you are. Stand up straight, maggot. I'm gonna show you what maggots do. We gonna train. We gonna train. We gonna train so hard you're gonna make me wish that you were dead.
Yes, sir.
There's no good coming to this.
Good.
What? Oh, God.
We're gonna start the hardest training that you ever had. We're gonna do training. For the whistle! For the whistle! Come on, you man, you're making me puke. Get up, there's no respite. There's only working out. Wow. Wow. A challenge, a thing, sidekick.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm glad.
LarMan sidekick.
All right, now that you're all done with that, we're gonna go do the real training. You're all warmed up now. Look how hydrated you are. To the woodshed.
Woodshed?
Let's go to the
I don't wanna go to the
woodshed.
woodshed.
We gonna do some real training.
Jim.
Here we go to the woodshed. Let's go back there. Whoa!
Jim, McIntyre. Help! I don't want to go to the woodshed.
Have fun. We'll see you later.
Oh, it's the training. What are you gonna get in? You wanna get it in the training?
I don't want to do PT.
This is better than I thought it was going to be.
I told you.
Now, Outlaws, I know that we had a big bunch of fun today, but you make sure you take care when you're training. Make sure you have somebody there to help you train. Make sure they know what you're doing. Make sure you drink water and you're hydrating. Don't you give up. I'm coming for you right now. Who told you to rest? Train, train, train.
Wow.
Good for him.
Yeah. And there you saw it, folks. There it is. Clearly you.
Not me.
It's clearly you.
Not me.
It's absolutely you.
I don't have sunglasses or a hat like that. Okay, maybe I have a hat like that from Afghanistan, but I really, really don't wear it. And the reason why I don't wear it is because I don't need it. Who am I training? I'm not training anybody. Everybody walking around thinking I'm full of hot air to be able to yell and scream at like people like that. That's ridiculous. What is this?
We'll be back. We'll be back shortly, folks. And when we're back for our next full show, we're going to take you to another convention and show you all kinds of stuff. But this one will be certainly different because the next show we're going to Decades. Remember Decades?
Yes, I love Decades. That
Yes.
was amazing. I still have coins from Decades.
Yeah, we're going to check that out. We're going to do all types of cool stuff. Plenty more happening this season. You stay with us, folks, and we will see you next time.
Take care, man. LarMan, really?
Don't stop.
As a kid.